Hi guys, welcome back again. Is GBPUSD bullish or bearish? A lot of things has been going on lately, and I will want to know if GBPUSD is bullish or bearish based on what we are seeing here, because GBPUSD has been acting nasty for over 2 months now, and I won't blame GBPUSD. Let's quickly take a look at DSY, because DSY is the benchmark of all trade. You can see from DSY perspective, if you watch the last video I did, DSY is not giving any significant result here. It's just in between this particular zone. This was analysis I did. I said I'll be waiting for this particular DSY to break. If it can be able to break and sustain above this particular zone here, then we can be looking to short GBPUSD with a lot of confidence. But since then, this market has been it has been stuck, not going forward, not going backward. But that is by the way. Let's quickly go back to GBPUSD for me to show you what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing and what I'm hoping for. If that plays out, fine. So now we are back on GBPUSD. GBPUSD, what I can see here is first that what I can see here is that the market gave us this particular formation here. You know how we'll do it. Let's quickly do some analysis here. The market gave us this particular zone here. I want it to be clean. Let me zoom it a little bit. Then let me also make it, you know how we do it here. We always want it to be clean and clear. Then let me quickly also do another one. Let me do another one. You know, this is how we do it, man. So the market broke above this particular zone here. The market broke above, it came back to retest, the retest, then it shoot up. Did it broke to the upside? Yes, it did. It broke this particular high. It broke to the upside. Yes. And what it did next is that it came back and broke this particular high that led to this particular break of a new structure. You know, the principle of the market states that whenever let me quickly do for people who don't really understand, because I know that not everybody must not be a intermediate or a advanced trader. Some people may not understand market structure properly. Let me quickly do a quick scenario here, so that you will understand. Some will understand, not everybody, because some people that has been following me understand well. If you have this kind of market structure like this, and we had another pullback, and let's believe that this thing is happening on daily, we had another this one again. So the principle states that this particular zone must not be taken out at any given point in time, because this zone is the one that led to the break of this particular structure. So what you want to do is you have to come and put your boss here, because this will not be a demand zone. And also to this one also, at any given point in time, let me clone this, clone. Let me clone it and bring it over here. So this is the principle of market structure. Any zone that led to a break of a new structure, best believe that that zone must not be taken out to the downside. Whenever that happen, we consider it as a change of trend. If it happen on a daily, on a weekly, then we consider it. So but not 100%, because sometimes it may just give you some I've seen a lot of this thing that will just break and it will still continue. But most time when it happen, we consider it as a change of trend. So the market must not surpass this particular zone. Whenever the market surpasses this particular zone close below here, then we can anticipate that there is trouble. So what we'll be expecting is the market to maybe wick down, just wick with a candlestick, but later close back inside here and give us another high. So that is what we are always expecting in the market. Let me quickly delete that. I hope you've gotten the explanation, right? So but in this case of GBPUSD, GBPUSD gave us the formation, and finally it came and broke below this particular zone here. Yes, some people may want to start selling. Some people are looking at buying, some people are looking at selling. Yes, which I know some of my guys too who are looking at who are strongly bearish on GBPUSD. We've been fighting, but we've been battling over GBPUSD for like 2 months now. One beautiful thing I like about trading is that if you are bullish, you will make money. If I am also bearish, I will make money. But it depends on where you get your entry from and the exact time you exit from the market. He was bullish, he made money. I was bearish, I made money. So that is the beauty of the market. But now, what if I'm to trade this market now? Should I be bearish or should I be bullish? As DSY is not giving any sign of movement yet, then let's quickly go over to 4 hour, because I'm seeing a this thing here. Look at this particular space here. There's a lot of space here. The market collapsed. Let me just choose this one first. Let me choose this one. I may probably want to adjust it later. This is what they call inefficiency. You can see that the market collapsed straight from here. The market moved straight from here. There was no advance on his way. He just moved without balance. And markets don't like moving straight up. Market like to fill gap. Market like to move in wave. Market don't like to move only just moving very linear movement. No, market like going this way. Whenever it makes a leg to the upside, it will always come back to fill up this particular zone, and it will move again. And what we do again is it will always come back to fill up zones, then it will move again. That is why it is very difficult to predict the direction of the market. If market happens to be going just straight forward, it will be easy for everybody to make money. So market don't really like moving just like this. Just whenever you see market move like this, be rest assured that this particular zone market will always come back to fill it. Be rest assured, and that is what I'm seeing on GBPUSD now, because from the daily perspective, the market left a lot of inefficiency, which some people call fair value gap. It's also the same thing with inefficiency. Some people call it fair value gap. Then look at from the 4 hour perspective. Let me quickly adjust this thing from daily. Let me adjust it from the 4 hour perspective. You can see that yes, the market is still looking so bearish. From the 4 hour perspective, you can see, okay, if I'm to adjust this thing to align with 4 hour perspective, this thing will be here. This thing will be here. Let's see, because this one will be here. This is the zone the market reacted from before it collapsed. So now, if I'm to judge from 4 hour perspective, you can see that we are still in downtrend from the 4 hour perspective. So now I'll have to bring my counter trend line, and if I'm to sell, because I'm looking to sell, not buy. But I will need extra more confirmation because the market has been acting nasty. I will not be putting my trend line here because it will be a steppy trend line. I've done a video about trend line. I don't like a steppy trend line. It's not very strong. I will just leave my trend line from the first touch. So I'll be keeping my eyes. Let me put it where, yes, this is the perfect way. If I should put it like this, it will not be nice. I will just leave it at the first touch and I'll be watching. So now what will be my reaction? Because I normally take my trade from 4 hours. What I'll be doing is that I'll be waiting. If we can see a stop loss run on this particular zone here, we had a stop loss run, we move up across here, and we had a stop loss run, and we now came back and give us this particular formation. This, if I should see this kind of formation, this second leg will be where I will start selling from. This second one that I'm just drawing now, this is the sign I always look out for. Why do I always look out for this sign? Let me quickly explain something for you guys. This is where I will be keeping my eyes on. If I can see a stop loss run and another one closing below back inside the supply zone, then if the market try to make another leg to the upside to surpass this and fail to surpass this particular high and give us a lower high to this particular one, it is done. I will not know, because this is a sign. I've also done a video on that also, to know when market is, to know the signs when market is getting exhausted. It will give you a sign. This is a sign for you that this market does not have the strength again to come to surpass this particular high, because normally it's supposed to come and give you an higher high, higher than this one. But should in case if this thing failed and is happening on a supply or a demand zone, this is where I normally get in my trade. And it's always at a sniper, because I understand the tricks behind this particular chart pattern. So this is what I'll be expecting to do, because sometime last year or last 2 years, I'll be waiting for candlestick counter trend line to break. But since I understood this particular concept, I no longer wait for counter trend line to break. I always get my trade early before the counter trend line will break, and it will also give me a very tight stop loss. Should in case if anything happen, it will just knock me out in a very small tight stop loss. So this is what I'll be waiting for on GBPUSD. I want to sell, I'm not buying, because overall from 4-hour, daily, the market has been giving me a bearish sign. But if you check from the weekly, let's quickly delete all this. You've gotten what we explained. But if you check from the weekly perspective, the market is not really giving, the market is just stuck in between this particular zone, which is not good. The market is just stuck in between here and here. The market is just stuck in between here and here, and we are still waiting. We are still waiting to see where the market will is it going to break up or break to the downside. If the market can be able to break to the upside, that means we'll come and reanalyze and know where the market will give, where we is heading to. But if we break to the lower down to the downside, we know that we have a lot of people to catch. The other target will be here. First target should be somewhere here. Second target should be somewhere here. But I'm still hoping that the market will break to the downside, because I've been calling this particular guy for a very long time. But should in case if it didn't happen, if the market did not give me what I looked for in this particular zone here, if the market did not give me what I want in this particular supply zone, then I have to change my bias. So you should know that this is a supply zone where I'm keeping my eyes to sell from. If I see a proper confirmation there, I'll be looking to sell from this particular zone here. And if I'm selling, where will be my target? I'm a swing trader. I will always be holding my trade up to this particular zone here. Here will be where I will be holding it, which is the neckline of the weekly time frame. Weekly chart pattern. So this is what I'll be waiting for. If I see this, then I will go short. With a proper confirmation, I will be needing 2 to 3 confirmation on this particular supply zone above. If I can see at least 2 to 3 confirmation from here, then it will be nice. For me to go. This zone will be nice for me to go short from. So this is what I have on GBPUSD. I don't want this video to be too long, because a lot of people are complaining that they don't like watching 15-20 minutes videos. So I try as much as possible to keep my video at max 15 minutes. So this is what I have for you guys, and as we proceed to the month of June, I will be dropping back-to-back analysis on my channel again, like we do before. Please, if you like the way I teach, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell below. Turn off the notification bell, and if you don't also like it, please give me a dislike, but tell me in the comment box below what to do to improve in my next video. As you all know, nobody knows it all. I'm here to learn. You learn from me, I learn from you, until we attain the level which I call the CPT, consistent profitable trader. Bye for now. We'll see you again in my next video. Bye.